both. Take the L, mate. Off to the floor you go.
I am happy for Jess that she gave it her best shot. She just didn't sort of give up at the first opportunity. And I'm also happy that they didn't send her home because I don't think she deserves to go home. I think she deserves to stay. I know it's a competition whereby you have to sort of have some sort of abilities, be athletic or whatever, but I just hope she manages to stay longer. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island Games Season 1, Episode 2. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In the aftermath of the cases, you can see that people are still shooketh because you have poor Celie. She's trying to sort of comprehend who kissed her. She's trying to sort of think whether or not it's Johnny because Johnny's her ex, and she can't for the life of her think it would be him. And for Maya Jama to say, does anyone recognize that kiss? Obviously she's the first one who's going to think maybe it's me. And it was sad because you could see she was heartbroken. And I think this is why they brought particular islanders together. I think Justine wanted to come in, but she said she'd come in with Celie, so they brought her with a friend, sort of for her comfort blanket, because you could see them looking at one another and you could see them trying to sort of think whether Johnny would do that. And it's like, yes, that's him. What do you think? He's going to try and sort of make sure that if he can't have her, somebody else cannot have her. And so he's going to just play dirty just for the sake of it. And so it's revealed that everybody that was kissed, their partner is vulnerable. And it's like, why? Please, you can't do this to Jess. What has she done? You know, she needs to stay a bit longer. Jess is entertainment value. If you put Jess with her money, oh my God, that's entertainment, that's ratings. So I hope they don't send them home so soon just because, you know, their partner was kissed and Jess is complaining, I can't win anything. I can't. And it's like, yeah, Jess, you know, the decks are stacks against you and you have to do your best. Because when she hears about this jewel, it's like, why? Why would they kiss, you know, Liberty's guy? And why would they kiss Jess's guy? Because I really like them as well, so it's really sad. Why didn't they go for Lisa? They knew if they went into a duel with Lisa they would lose, so they decided to look for the weakest targets, and that's who she kissed, in my opinion. The guys, you have Toby having a conversation with Celie, and then he's complaining that I haven't kissed you and somebody else has already kissed you. And it's like, yeah, what do you expect? This is Love Island, baby. So anything will happen. So then he decides to kiss her. And now he's realized that, oh, this is why this guy really kissed her, because he knows that, you know, she's all that. And so it's going to be cute to see. Because at first I thought Toby wasn't interested in Celie. I think the competition is what is going to drive him to really want to fight for her and to really keep her. And think at first he underestimated her and was like, nah, she's not it. But I think now he's seeing that, oh, she might actually be an amazing partner for me. It seems Celie has a type because Toby and Johnny, you know, they look alike. So hey, it is what it is. To each their own. At least, you know, she'll be going from one to the other, and hopefully Toby will treat her better than Johnny did, because it seems Johnny wasn't that amazing a partner. Everybody's panicking because you have poor poor Liberty, you know, she's speaking to Callum, she's worried, you know, that what's going to happen. And Callum is a jackass. This is why Jess was trying to warn Liberty to say be careful, because he's talking about, oh well, if you have to fight then you have to fight. How do you rate the kiss? He doesn't have an answer for that. Callum is there to enjoy himself and to get more followers and hopefully win the money if he can. I don't think he thinks he will win it, but he's going to give it his best shot. And so it's interesting to see how everybody's reacting to it. You have poor Jess, you know, she's speaking to Steph. Steph doesn't realize how he's coming across, because he's saying to her, you have to prove to me that you're here for the competition, you have to win, you have to. And it's like, poor Jess, you know, she's this tiniest thing there. I don't think she's the fittest either. So who do you think she'll be able to take down? She won't be able to take anyone down. She will try, but you know, you never know. Anyway, so that was cute to see. And then you have Imani Amani, I don't think is really feeling Ray romantically. I think she's feeling him as a physical partner to win games with, but I don't think she's feeling him romantically. I think he is head over heels, but I don't think it she is, because she's sort of saying, "Oh, you made your intentions known, so you really have to go in and you really have to win if you're the one who's called up." And it's like, Amani, you've got a guy who really likes you, who's expressed his interest right from day one. Why not at least give it a shot? Yes, you're interested in the game, but give it a shot and see. I said he wasn't her type, and I've got a feeling she's not really feeling it, and she's just getting along just for the sake of it. So you have Justine and Celie sort of trying to pacify each other, because obviously they are worried because of the case and who they think might have cased Celie. And Celie is sort of trying to uh, pacify herself or reassure herself that it's definitely not Johnny. And it's like, Johnny is messy. I don't even know why he did that. There was no need for that, given the fact that she's his ex. Unless the producers knew he was going to be that petty and knew he is petty, and so encouraged him to do that. I feel sorry for her, because you can see she's very stressed and she's very worried. Especially when the comment was made about, does it feel familiar or does it sound familiar? And it's like, why would you do that to someone who's just, this is the second time round? And all of them are anxious. I hope they don't eliminate them within the second episode. I don't know how many episodes are in this season, but I think I would love for them to give them an opportunity to try and develop a connection. You have the girls sort of talking about their kiss in the bedroom, and the guys talking in the dressing room, and the guys sort of talking about their kiss and how that went. And Callum is mad. This is why Lisa also said, I don't like how Callum moved in his season, so you need to be careful. So everybody is warning Liberty, and Liberty comes across as a very nice person. So I hope, if nothing else, I hope this boy doesn't play her and break her. So we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, all the islanders go to sleep. So in the morning, at least they didn't have a debriefing, which I loved. At least they didn't have a debriefing, because I hate the debriefings, because it's just repetition of the same old, same old. And then I love Jess with Liberty are just a vibe, because now you have, Dumb and Dumber, because you have Callum quizzing them, and it's like, of all people in the villa to quiz them, he says, I was just pulling the questions from my backside because I didn't know anything. And it's just like, why? But at least it's nice to see them, though it's a stressful situation. It's nice to see them just, trying to boost each other's morale and sort of trying to find sort of a happy medium of whatever the mess is that's going on around them. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I feel sorry for Jess and Liberty. Of all the girls to go out against, the new bombshell, they didn't need this. So the Islanders receive a text message to say that there's going to be a duel, and then the first one to receive a message is Imani, to say that the guy has chosen that he wants to couple up with her, so he's going to duel her partner. And you can see the excitement. You can see the excitement on Toby's face, because he knows he's not the one who's going into the duel. So he's happy that he gets to sit back and watch Ray battle it out with somebody else. And so it's. I knew Johnny wasn't going to want to couple up with his ex, because obviously there's a reason why they broke up, but he just wanted to be messy. And I think he also wanted to give her a heads up to say, I'm here, know that I'm here. And, before she sees him visually, that's the impression that I get. And I think he didn't want to kiss anyone else besides, so that's why he chose to kiss his ex. So we'll see how that plays out. And then poor Jess, her partner Steph receives a message to say the bombshell wants to couple up with him. So Jess is going into battle, and it's like, seriously, why are you people stressing poor Jess out? Are you trying to get her to kick off or what? She's barely, had a chance. She failed the first challenge. She had to pick last and had to take the person that everybody else didn't want. And then now, here we are. She is stuck in this situation whereby she now has to battle for her dude. I didn't like that. And Steph is overconfident, because the fact that he was telling, Callum, that I knew she was going to pick me, she wasn't going to pick you. I knew it was going to be me. And it's like, he's a bit messy, isn't he? Or is that confidence? I don't know which it is, messy or confidence. Make it make sense. The producers are really trying to be messy, and they're really trying to keep, this Johnny secret until the very end, because they, Maya Jama arrives, and then they have, the battle. So they put first the girls. I'm sorry. I saw Megan when she came in her trousers, and I was like, her bum. Okay, I don't want to body shame her, but at times there's no need to over exaggerate things, and so it makes you question. I prefer Jess because Jess seems more natural. I don't know about her boobs, but it seems like Megan has had a lot of work done to be the person that she is. Her shape and everything, and it's not proportional, and so it doesn't look great. Anyway, that's my piece on that. And so it's nice to see Imani sort of cheering for Jess. The way she went in, you could tell Megan was rubbed some way because Imani was number one cheerleader and she went all in and she was the loudest. And so I don't know. I think that's rubbed Megan the wrong way. And I think there's going to be beef there just because of that. But the thing is, Imani has known Jess longer than she's known Megan, so Megan has to accept that and know that someone is going to cheer for someone they're familiar to unless they have beef. And I don't think Jess and Imani have any beef, and it was sad. Jess was only able to win once, and there was no way she was going to beat her because of their size. There was no way she was physically had the strength to knock her off the beam. I think if they'd had them sit on it and maybe try and push each other off the beam, maybe. But standing up, she didn't have sort of the height. Neither did she have the width to sort of steady herself and sort of remain there. Megan could have easily pushed her with one hand and she would have fallen over. So it's really sad that she was at such a disadvantage. And what do you expect? Steph is always going to put his foot in his mouth. He's asked, who did you want to win? He says, I don't know them both, so it is what it is. And Megan wasn't happy with that. I think she's realized that she's made a mistake and maybe she should have gone for Callum. But then both of them, they just always putting their feet in their mouth all the time. So with the guys' duel, it's, we eventually find out that Ray is going against Johnny, and you can see the girls are not happy. They are not happy at all. Justine really doesn't like Johnny because of the way he treated a friend, and on her part, Silly, you can tell she's shooketh to the core because she can't understand why they would bring her ex. I think they thought she would freak out. I think they thought she'd throw a tantrum and should be good for ratings. That's why they brought Johnny instead of Justine's ex, but hey, it is what it is. And I think Johnny tried to sort of because of the the way Ray was sort of talking himself up and the way they were going back and forth, I think he liked the idea of giving Ray a false sense of winning, as though to make Ray believe that he could actually take him when he knew that Ray couldn't take him. And so it was sad to see Ray win, but I'm actually happy that Ray lost. And so it was sad to see Ray lose, but I'm actually happy that Ray lost because I think Ray is a better partner for Jess than actually Steph. Steph needs someone who's going to, challenge him and call him out and sort of, be able to go back and forth. Yes, Jess could have done that, but I think she deserves someone who has a bit more respect and someone who has a bit more tact when they speak and just doesn't say what comes to their mind before they've even sort of censored it. So I'm happy for Jess in this regard. So Jess is now coupled up with Ray, and I think they make a cute couple. So you have the islanders go get ready for the night, and then you have this confrontation between Ray and Johnny, because Ray is feeling some type of way because he's upset that Johnny went for a USA girl. He wanted Johnny to go for another girl from a different country, and it's like, if he didn't, so what? You wanted him to take out the UK guys or the Australian guys or to take out Steph? What does that mean? Make it make sense. And so I didn't understand the beef, and I thought it was just pet and just silly. And I think Ray is letting his feelings overtake, his mental, his way of thinking, or his ability to rationalize in the sense that because he's got these feelings for Imani, he now feels like he owns Imani and she's his girl and nobody else should come after her. Nobody from the US should come after her. And it's like, so if someone from another country came after Imani, would you still be saying the same thing? Imani, on her part, she's asked, how did you feel about, Johnny winning you? Imani liked the idea of being stolen by Johnny. I don't think she's feeling Ray, as I've said all along, as much as he's feeling her. And I don't know why she doesn't tell him the truth, given how she felt when somebody wasted her time. I wish she would tell him the truth and just tell him that, yes, we've got a connection. I'm interested in talking to you and sort of getting to know you further and see if we can strengthen that. But at the moment, I'm open. because they have their toast and then they sit down and Amani is chatting to Johnny and she's sort of saying, well, I was enjoying my talks with Ray, and she's asked, how do you feel about me? Well, I don't like to lose, I want to win. So are you there for the competition aspect, or are you there to find a relationship? You should be there for both, and you should say what you liked about him. Yes, she complimented the kiss, but I think she feels Johnny more than she feels Ray. And I think the only reason why she would not want to sort of get involved with Johnny is because she doesn't want to upset Justine and Celie. Otherwise, I can see her going all in on Johnny because he seems to be more her type, and she seems to actually really like more than she does Ray. I think Ray, she likes him on a friendship level. I don't think there's any emotion or any romantic interest there. But I think with Johnny there is romantic interest. I can see that. So the conversation between Justine, Jack, and Ray, I feel some type of way about it. It's one thing to boost someone's morale when they're down, but it's also another thing you need to be honest and realistic with someone. I think they need to be realistic with Ray and tell him that you've just met Imani. Yes, he's saying it's only day one, but he needs to understand that he can't put all his eggs in one basket. He also needs to try and get to know Jess to see if there's anything there, because the more he invests himself and the more he tries to fight for Imani, he's going to be very heartbroken when she decides that actually Johnny is the one that she wants and she doesn't, actually want Ray. And I think Justine is just there to listen on her friend's behalf. I think because of her friendship with Celie, she wants to make sure that they're able to sort of keep Johnny away from Celie, and if they can get him coupled up with someone, the better. And I think she wants to know all his intentions and all his actions, because she was asking, oh, do you think he's serious about her money? How would the guys know? She would have to speak to him to find out. And even if he's serious about her money, does that have to do with you? The better if he's interested in her money, because then he won't nag your friend. And so I didn't like that. I felt some type of way. I like Justine, but I think I don't think her intentions are pure when it comes to Johnny, because of how emotionally invested in her friend and how emotionally invested in what went wrong in this relationship. So I think that's where my concern comes in, and I don't know. I wish they'd just been honest with Ray and told him, try and get to know Jess. We're not saying leave her money, but try and get to know both girls and see which one you prefer better. I feel some type of way. I know Ray finally got to sit down and speak to Imani, but I feel some type of way in the sense that I wish Imani would be honest with this guy. Yes, she says she's got feelings for him. Unless the edit is not showing it, there's nothing there to sort of convince me that she really has feelings or she's emotionally invested in this relationship. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But at the moment, nothing convinces me that she has any feelings. And everyone who's hyping them up and sort of hyping up the relationship, unless the edit is not showing us the truth, I don't get it. Because after she kissed Ray, all the guys were clapping and everyone was screaming and shouting. And for me, I don't know. I want to be happy for her and assume that, she really is emotionally invested as she makes out. But nothing is showing me that she is. So I don't know. We'll see. And also you have Justine having a conversation with Celie, and it's something they needed to do, really. I get Justine sort of having a pep talk with Celie to prepare her for a conversation with Johnny. I don't think this was the right time for that, especially given how high the emotions were at that moment and how tense everything was after the duel. I think, yes, it's one thing. I think they should have sort of had a conversation to say, where do you stand? What do you think about what he's done? Do you have an opinion? Is there anything you want to say to him? If you want to say something, I think you need to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But I don't think they should have gone about it the way that they did, because now it's so tense and so... I don't know how to describe it. Because when she sits down with Johnny, she's ready for battle. She's been hyped up. She's ready. And Johnny is sort of trying to understand where they are. And I don't think they needed to discuss their issues or their problems on TV. I think they should have met up, had a conversation to iron out wherever they stood or how their relationship broke up before coming onto a TV show. But then the producers were always going to bring them because they like the ratings, they like the drama, and that will get them ratings. So I don't know. It was really sad to see how it plays out. But anyway, Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 1. Bye guys.